and today we're going to find out how this bike does in a 500-mile ride. There's very few bikes that are better than the ST1300 for crunching miles. So I think a lot of the competition for this bike is, of course, the BMW RT, the Concours, and also the Goldwing. We need momentum to go up these big hills. This is the reason I really like the ADV style bikes more than the sport touring machines. They feel much more at ease in this sort of environment, you know. I kicked myself for selling the Super 10. That was a almost perfect bike for my type of riding. Perfect bike for this sort of like sweeping, easy, sport touring type of conditions. Another beauty of this bike is that it's so quiet that it doesn't seem like I'm going fast. It's quiet, smooth, and it doesn't call a lot of attention to it. You know, nobody really screams. It's like, oh no, here comes a sport touring machine marauding the neighborhood. Nope, this bike is just quiet. You don't need a loud exhaust. Even with a loud exhaust on this bike, it's not loud. This is great. I mean, these are really sharp corners, and I kind of forgot how to ride this thing. Right towards the middle, but you see how it keeps tightening up? I mean, this is incredible. The roads in West Virginia, they're very underrated for motorcycles. Also keep in mind, I have a little bit of a cushion of error for riding. I don't want to go too fast, but I also don't want to, you know, be a hindrance to cars behind me. Shift appropriate gear and just roll. The beautiful thing about this bike is that 5 gears makes it easy to ride. South Potomac River, and there's the aviaries here. It's a small road, it ends. I believe there's a gravel road you can exit to go south, and there's all of these little gravel roads leading to the river, but I think that those are all private property. This is the town of Ashby. It's 77 degrees right now. Kaiser, from the top here you can see it. It looks pretty cool. Look at this. This is Piedmont. Actually, in the other side, that's Maryland. This is Piedmont, West Virginia. Man, and you can see the town. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Europe, except uglier. Little restaurant at the bottom here. Some of these towns, man, they're just in terrible shape. All of this about helping Baltimore. You know, at least Baltimore's got a lot of businesses, but out here, there's nothing. It's so, you're so isolated from everything else. Man, this is asphalt, but it does not look like asphalt. The interesting thing about Deep Creek, or at least this part, is that it is full of pine trees everywhere. We are approaching, finally, Deep Creek. This lake better be good. Interesting area. Ramp. Wow. Overnight dockers, campers only. Wow, This area is definitely worth it. It's a freaking humongous lake. Wow, this is definitely a great looking lake. Here, you see that? These are beautiful houses, man. Look at this. Look at this thing. That's on the water. This lady. On the water. Hey. That, see? Friendly. Friendly woman. I wonder if they just retired here. Time to leave Deep Creek behind and try and crush some miles. Let's see what the outskirts of Deep Creek looks like. Oh, that's a ski slope. There's like the, yeah, that's a ski slope there. Wow. No wonder people make money just from this resort in the lake. Yeah, the snow has melted here though. Whoa, this ski slope is humongous. This is like the largest ski thing that I've ever seen. You know, I've never been here. It's very different than West Virginia, where I used to ride, or where I like to ride most of the time. This is much higher up. The elevation is much higher up. There's more straight roads here because you're kind of like high up. I didn't realize that the entire elevation was so high. I'm at 2,600 feet. This seems to be the level ground for this area. And we're just going to go west and eventually turn south. Western Maryland's very different. You know what? Maryland has got quite the range. I mean, they have the Eastern Shore, which is extremely boring. And they have the mountain area, and then they have like the city part, which is Washington DC. Look at this. Sang Run MD Friend Store, like an old general store. That's pretty cool. The road with quads and snowmobilers. You never know if this road is dirty. Most of it, you see, it's got like little pea gravel. I think that's what these people use for treating snow. Oh, look at this fella and his quad. He's moving pretty well. Town of Terra Alta, which means high earth, high ground. The downtown of Terra Alta. Terra Alta, Portland coffee. Lots of cemeteries here. This is an interesting road. I like these more open roads. That way you can kind of see through them. Very dirty though. You see the gravel right in the middle. Man, this Aurora Pike is very fun. Wow. Just, you know, you gotta look through the corner, but the problem is I'm like looking at the gravel as well. Wow, this is so pretty darn good here. Hey, get at your side, buddy. Kind of screwed me up. Another 15 mile an hour. That's crazy. You know, the throttle is not as twitchy as the Super 10. So you can kind of lug it very easily. Cathedral State Park. Now, I have never been here. Never even heard of Cathedral State Park. This sort of road condition will keep my mileage down. I found a motorcycling playground. This is Route 219 towards Davis. God, these things are loud. front is a wild one. He is just blasting. I'm gonna go into the town of Parsons, West Virginia, because we have to get gas. We have arrived in the town of Parsons, West Virginia. They have electric school buses, by the way. Very interesting that out here in this little town, Parsons, I'm seeing a lot of electric school buses. Top is 12. You definitely feel the weight of the gas tank on the bike. Darn good, full tank of gas. I don't have to worry about saving gas. Can you imagine an electric bike? Zero here. Yeah, this is a dangerous little corner. It just keeps tightening up. So this is the town of Thomas. Whoa. This is a hipster area. Yeah, this is like hoity-toity. Riverfront Antiques. What? This is... Okay, this area looks wealthy. Everything is very well manicured. There's a little... What is this? Bloom. Oh my god, a Honda Element. Oh, gay symbols. That means that the hipsters have moved there. You see that? Hipsters. Coffee bar and bakery. Interesting. Did you see that guy? That was a complete hipster. Picnic taco. Oh my god, this area, this is not like West Virginia. This is like a resort West Virginia looking town. Thomas, and now we're in Davis. I wonder what Davis is going to look like. It seems like Davis would be at least equal, but man, I don't know. Thomas was pretty badass as a town. Oh, this is kind of cute. Yeah, okay. Okay, Artisans Gallery. That's good. Oh yeah, this is cool. You see this? There's so much gravel to explore. We're heading towards Mount Storm. I don't know where it is or anything, but it sounds cool. Pretty nice view here. This is just a overlook off the mountain. Whew. Yeah, this bike, man, I'm about 350 miles into the ride and I'm not really feeling that sore. I think a little bit of my butt is sore. Moorfield, finally. I'm just going to take 55 as much as I can. But it tends to have gravel in most of the corners, but I don't see too much today, so I did stop here once this year and it was extremely dirty. At least the good part is that now, because of the highway, Not a lot of people use this, so it's a lot nicer. If you do run wide, there's the chance of having a car come the opposite way is much more remote. Forgiving to release the throttle. Suspension seems to get very upset if you chop the throttle even a little bit in a corner, which you shouldn't do, of course, but a lot of bikes are pretty forgiving when it comes to that, except sport bikes. Look at this corner. Jesus, squeeze that out. There's a lot to it, and you always have to hold back. You know, you can't always ride at full blast. You always want to have enough cushion for the pushing out of harm's way. How's that? So these are now more sweepers, but there's a couple more intricate sections up ahead. This is part of Route 55. It's going to be dirty. Oh God. Oh, this guy's new. He's like getting like all into it. I want to give him some space. Yeah, like you can tell he was like getting ready for the corner. Yeah, he's like getting into it. Is that a GS? Oh my God, yeah, this guy's new. I'm gonna give him some space. I don't want him to crash. Yeah, oh, can I pass you here, buddy? Yeah, that's a V-Strom. Guys, I'm at 430 miles, so that's the thing. This bike moves pretty fast when she wants to. Having so much fun. Oh, now even more cars. People are just enjoying the outdoors today. I think my tire's toast. Ah, the golden hour. If you don't know what that is, it's probably the most beautiful part of the day when the light is golden. This is what all photographers try and look. This is when the sun is going down or when the sun is coming up, when things look orangey. Really beautiful lighting. If you do videos right about now, it looks so much nicer. Well guys, that's how 500 miles are on a motorcycle. I have just reached 500 miles, and on an SD1300 it's not that big of a deal, but it still takes a lot of time to do it. I would avoid all gravel, any slowdown, stopping to fill up. That's going to take time, but I love doing 500 miles. You know, there's a saying that if you can't do 500 miles on a motorcycle, then you're a poser. I just made that up, but you should try and do it. It feels like you're having a great adventure on a bike. You can get out of your comfort zone, explore new areas, and 500 miles isn't that big of a landmark. So the next landmark is to kind of push yourself to 800 and then 1000 and then do an iron butt. All right guys, Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.